Hey, John. Good morning, John.
Hello.
Oh, evening.
Evening.
Doing well, thanks. Hi, Tom.
Well,
Right. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
David.
Alistair, how you doing?
Hello. Hey, everybody.
just make sure I just got to copy something across. Things are just running a little slow this morning for some reason. My morning, anyway.
Where are you, Brian?
I'm still on the continent of Australia.
Well, really, I'm guessing that. Any particular part that we know about?
Oh,
Have you gone east?
Sorry?
Have you gone? Oh, God, lost it. Have you gone west? Are you more across?
No. I'm actually in Melbourne itself. I'm actually in the central
I see.
part of the city. Let me just put this into people dropping in, dropping out.
Is that like civilization? In
Yeah. It's no, yeah. There's people everywhere. Yeah.
you haven't got to talk to them, have you? That's when it gets difficult.
No, I don't have to talk with them. It's okay. I got that bit done. Good. I'm back here. There we go. Welcome. Welcome, John, Alistair, Helen, Tom, David. It's good. And Glenn, oh my gosh, Glenn, it's 5:30 in the morning, mate. Shh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just as well it's not daylight savings. Anyway. Oh, and happy birthday too, Glenn. Yesterday, was it? Yes. Okay, good. Yes, best of birthday. So now let's just have a look at where we have here. Let's do that. Let's get some things sorted.
Oh, if it was yesterday for you, Brian, it must be possibly today. It's birthday today, is it?
Well, probably for the day wise, yeah. Let's have a look and make sure this comes up. So
It was my birthday too.
that was yours as well.
Well, November, but you know.
Yeah. But who's counting?
Recently.
Yeah. Alistair.
It's good. Was there a POI then? Now, welcome to this session. You can see it's just really a disclaimer, just a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders. There's enough of that. Okay, now, any questions? Anybody having difficulties? No?
I do have a couple when we get to the charts.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. Well, this is for clarification, or this is like I'm already in trades and it's all happening.
No, just clarification for me.
All right, okay then.
Please.
Let's share screen. I keep forgetting I'm on the one on the one laptop at the moment. Where we go here. So okay, what pair do you want? And what sort of clarification?
Euro USD, but only because I've just been looking at it.
Okay, Euro
Please.
USD. Yeah, no worries at all.
But it applies to any pair.
Oh, why is this going so slow today?
I nearly set a message on that today. I typed it up. Yeah, I typed it up. Thought, I was going to add something to it and I forgot all about it and I didn't send it. It's written, but I haven't actually pressed send.
Oh.
Anyway,
You sent a message about getting some wine from France, but you didn't send a message about a more important thing about the. Yeah.
I was only joking about the wine from France. That beer.
Okay.
Well, I had
it's not
planned
true.
my dinner around it. So what do you mean? You ain't sharing?
No, I'm not. I don't drink anymore.
Because it's gone.
That's Ribena.
It's
Right.
some cheap plonk that got brought back, but it's very nice. That's the problem, isn't it? What you get abroad is not what we get in the supermarkets in the UK. And no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Should we talk about wine tonight, Brian?
Yeah, sure. Go for it, Helen.
So my main question was just clarification, and it doesn't really matter which pair we're on. But if you imagine we get to the point where the 3-hour candle finishes and the new one starts, and we've got a flat top. But at what point in that 3-hour window do you actually get in? So when we're looking at the ones, we were looking yesterday at all the ones that had flat tops and saying they were new entry, new entry, new entry. But actually, you wouldn't know that was a flat top until the candle had finished.
Correct.
And then of course, your price is somewhere completely different. So at what point
Correct.
are we actually getting in on that 3-hour candle? Because I tried to backtest it today, and of course, you can't backtest with Heikin-Ashi candles. So you've kind of got to
no.
You've got to make a guess, or you've got to keep switching backwards and forwards. So I just wondered what the thinking was. And actually, if you could turn the whole suite off, you could actually see in the last sort of 5 or 6 candles, there's a couple where there is a flat top and there's a couple where there isn't a flat top. But it's quite hard to see with the whole suite on.
Get a bigger screen. No, it's.
I can see it on my screen. I can't see it on your screen, on my screen, if you see what I mean.
Okay, yeah. I do understand what you're saying there. So if I just turn that off, yes, you can see it.
So you can see you've got a few flat top candles there. But
let me just get some of these. I'm just going to take some of these things out. That's all right. Doesn't matter. It's just a small screen. So, Tom, do you want to chime in right at this point, and then I'll do my trial views as such?
No, I don't understand what she's asking. I'm waiting.
Okay. Oh, you're waiting. Good. All right then. Let me see if I can manage this. Now, Helen, what you're asking, and I just want to be from a clarification point of view. What you're asking, or what you've stated is that, for example, if I was to, and this is like, I'm really going to hone in here. I'm just going to take this one little section here, right?
Yeah, okay.
And we're going to look at that. And let's just go in this last 24 hours. So see the dotted blue line is actually where it went from New York to Sydney session, the most recent. There is a flat top there.
Yep.
There's a flat top there. There's a flat top there. And you're totally correct. You are totally correct in that you do not know it's a flat top until the candle has completed on Heikin-Ashi. Yes?
Yep.
Good. There is a chat question. Who is? Okay. Yes, Glenn. Okay. Well, I'll get to that one in a moment. So let's say, for example, you were here at this, which is around, this is around London Open. So when you woke, Helen, 3 hours later, it starts a new candle. Once that candle is completed, right, let me just put a line on it. Once that candle is completed, as far as the way I have been doing it is, you can enter at whatever the price is on the second candle. on the next, sorry, on the next candle. Now, price will be on a standard Japanese candle. So if I put it to a standard Japanese candle, it is on the next candle at any time, which probably would be at the current price or just slightly below the current price. See where the candle, if you see just there,
But you switch
that
back
can,
to hand candles and take it at whatever the current price is.
that's how I have done it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying that's how I know where price is right at that point, because on the Heiken issues, you can't see. I think what Tom has presented is that on the Heiken issues, it gives you that flat top, which allows you, once that's completed, to then make a decision for the next candle. Now, if you were currently in that trade on a 3 hour, if you got in just at that time, which is like, I don't know, sorry, I'll go to UK time and then we can.
That's okay. It's okay. I mean, because it's a principle, really. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just wanting to make it. So when this candle started was, well, where is that? That's like, that candle's at 10 o'clock and then that's a 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
It's whenever that candle started, that candle completed, bingo, bango, you know it's got a flat top, and then you get in on the trade there.
But basically, wherever the price currently is when that candle closes.
Correct. When
Okay.
price goes down, you would be in positive. Price went back up, you would be in drawdown. Price has gone back down a bit, gone back up. You're basically break even. Right?
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
waiting for
That's like-
this to you're waiting for this to continue down. No, wait,
Yeah.
just 1 second, Helen. We still have a red candle, we still have a red ribbon, we still have a red 18. This is a pullback before we potentially have a sell. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now the next thing that, and maybe your question might be, where the hell are you going to put the stop loss? I don't know, but
No. It was. I'm quite happy with the stop loss. It was just exactly where you were getting when you've got that flat top candle.
Okay. So now your question.
I was just going to clarify whether you've got coloured candles on, or whether they might actually be green candles, but you've got them coloured. That was all.
So let me.
Can I interject how I do it here?
Go for it. That's
If
what I
you go
was
back to
asking.
Hakanashi candles,
Hang on, I'll just hang on just 1 second. I'm going to take off and it's going to eventually. Hang on a minute, Helen. Sorry, it's going to.
Right.
I know they're all white. That's right. Sorry, I can't do that. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Heiken issues there. I was just trying to work out whether it was a green or a. Okay, we're back on Heiken issues. Tom.
things I've learned overnight since I didn't sleep. So the things I learned were, I don't wait. I see the wick. You see the wick on that little indecision candle? Right next to it?
This
The one
one
to
here.
the left, that one. Yeah.
The one to the left. So when that's forming, I say, okay, great. It's a wick. So it's an indecision candle.
Yeah.
So I automatically put my stop loss at the top of that wick.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I put my entry at the bottom of the candle body.
Yeah.
Okay. The wick
Candle.
candle. The wick candle.
The little indecision candle.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And I'll tell you why. There's two things here. One, if it's going to go down on the next candle and stay red, typically it's going to give you a flat top. So as the next candle is forming, you're going to see a flat top with no wick at the top. You'll see it forming, and you'll go,
Mhm.
"Oh, look, it's forming. It's got a hard top there. Am I going to wait till it closes? No, I'm getting in."
And would you apply? So you'd be getting in on the candle after Brian's vertical line on that principle. But the candle after that, are you applying the same principle? So it starts, it's got a flat top, and you just get in straight away.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm going to answer
no,
Glenn's
wait,
questions
Tom,
in two ways.
hang on a second, Tom. I've got to. So, why would we not have another candle with a wick at the top after that? You know, you've got 3 in succession there. There could be another indecision candle created. You don't really know that it's going to be a flat top. I mean, I understand your assessment of it, and I'm not disagreeing with that. The market could do another indecision candle again, but you know, you would be in the trade.
It sure could.
Yeah.
But here's the
Okay.
thing. Let me answer this in a few ways.
Mhm.
One, I'm automatically going to assume, because there's an 80% chance that the next candle is going down to continue the trend. So I'm going to kind of roll that dice in a little bit. However, if you go back and look all the way up that chain, anytime there's a wick, it never goes up past it to break it.
Yeah, correct. Like here. See these ones?
See that big wick up there?
Yeah, this is my example here. It's like wick,
Exactly.
and it didn't have a flat until there.
Right.
So even though these are indecisions, it's a bit hard if you get in the trade, because you would have a considerable drawdown on that, or a stop out, because you would be at the top of that wick. I'll show you what I mean.
Nope.
Good.
That's not what I'm
you
saying.
you wouldn't be in because it was green.
Exactly. You'd already gotten out. So
Yeah,
this
gotcha.
morning, I didn't see Glenn's little post he put in there with, "Does this look right?" I didn't see it till I woke up and it was too late to talk to him.
Yeah.
So what you're looking for is, when you're in a downtrend like this and you're thinking it's going to turn red all the way down, the moment it starts going sideways and wicking, just get out of it. If you look there, right in the U, that
Mhm.
one turned green slightly,
Yeah.
just slightly.
Yeah.
So that's where he should have been out of the trade. The moment it didn't push down, he should have been out of the trade.
Mhm.
Then he should have sat and waited for either a big wick to get in the next hard top candle, or wait till the hard top candle shows as it's forming and get in with your stop loss at the top of the wick.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how you do the 3-step down process. It's got to be red. If there's any color change, and I mean any color change on the 200, the 18, or the ribbon, assume it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Whether it be a candle, a ribbon, whatever. Do you understand that, Glenn? Okay, good. Okay,
he probably won't be able to talk because it's early.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So the 200 EMA has to be the correct color as well.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if they're going sideways and something changes green, pay attention to it. It's not pushing down. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
It's not heading in your direction. Back out of the trade.
Yeah, I got
You
sucked
don't know
into
if this thing's going to go wick, and take off in the green.
Yeah.
So don't risk your capital. Just get out of the trade. I took like 5 losses this morning. No big deal.
Yeah.
They're all little losses.
Yeah.
But it allows you to get into bigger trades down here where it goes red. There's a hard top candle. If you put your stop loss at the top of the wick, Even if these wick down here, they don't surpass the previous wick.
Correct.
Does that make sense? Glenn shaking his head, yes, good.
Right. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also where it's sitting down there in the ribbon itself or on the ribbon itself, it's still the very fact that it's down there on the ribbon is suggesting that it's going to go down. I was just simply trying to understand at what point we were making that kind of hard flat top candle decision. Yeah, thank you.
I literally learned that last night, Helen. I was studying this thing going, well, wait a second. These wicks never get broke once they push the top and continue down. They never get broken coming back up unless they're green.
Unless you're correct, unless there's a color change. That's right. Yeah.
Because I got in last night on one of these candles, for example, and I was like, oh, look, I'll just put my stop loss up here at the hard top. Even though it's going sideways, I went to the hard top above the wick and it came in and spiked me out. And I was like, that was stupid because I was wicking across. I should have never got in. And I made the assumption that it was going to go down, which was my mistake. I should have waited till that candle formed with the wick and the next one started to form with no wick and then placed my trade.
I did the same. I made the same error with the GBPs. I had GCAD and G Singapore.
Me too. They were G pairs.
Yeah, and they both did this little bloody shit thing here. Hang on, it's just my computer's so slow this morning. Rats. It did this flip thing on me overnight. But you know, the point is, I should not have been in. Like, I think I got in somewhere here and I had this. Where did I get in? No, it must have been here earlier. Oops, I got to turn back to, hang on. Sorry, I got to remember where I was. Because I'm not at home, so it's different. I might. No, it wasn't there. No, it was. It was in here. And I should not have got in. I should not have. I was just like, hey, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to get it done with this copy. And, you know, I'm getting a prop firm account. This is what I'm going to do. So, but you know, the point is, let me show you. But if you, I don't know if you, this is, I don't know if you can see, is an MT4. I've got out of those trades, the GCAD and GS, and I've, you know, gone back in at different point. So, you know, like there's like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 trades there that I just took yesterday. I just went down the pairs and went, right, them. I mean, there's a couple in negative there. CAD-J, I'm not very worried about. The USD CHF and the CAD CHF, I'm just sitting, you know, with them where they are. You can see where they've pulled back and looks, I don't know, they're in an uptrend. It looks like they're going. I can only, and this is the annoying part, on MT4, I can only pick a H4. There's no 3 hour. I didn't even take the time to work out whether I could. So, but
you should have done it on MT5.
Well, it's just what I did. That's all. And welcome in. But so basically, you know, I've lost a few bucks on it, but basically these are all starting to now go in a sort of majority of them in a sort of a direction like Euro GBP, Euro J, Euro Singapore. You know, it's like those ones are all sort of going in the Euro USD, AUD JPY, AUD Singapore. So some of those are, and these are only, you know, 0.01s as far as to trade them. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So yeah, I got sucked into these and then they turned green, which is like, that would have been when I was asleep. So when I woke up, I had this. So I just worked out what I was going to do with it. Yeah. So that's that. If we go back to Euro USD, Oh, there's some chats. Hang on a minute. Are they Glenn? Are they? Yes.
Yeah, Euro USD is the last one I'm in. I've ended up closing all of them.
I see the 10 a.m. candle is green outside. Thanks. Okay, Tom's got that. Was wondering why the GCAD chart was different. Oh, hang on. GCAD, I'll just go back to that. What do you mean different? I don't understand, Glenn.
Hi, we came in today.
Not here. On TradingView, I have 3 hour. It's the 4 hour on MT4. That's all.
An afternoon special.
Come on, gee. That's all you're asking. Okay, no worries at all. No props. Okay. Gosh, this is so slow this morning. Right. Back to that. Hang on, let me just see if I can, because I don't have now my candle colors, and Tom got us to change. Oh, come on. This is going to be frustrating for me today. I can see that.
I think we can get all of that. We just want to see that. Okay. Oh, okay.
By defaults.
Yeah. Okay. One of the crew donuts.
There we go. Come on. Yeah. And I think, what was the other one we didn't? This one. You're not using, you know that I do. I turned it off because it had the, yeah, okay. That was yesterday's. Okay, so we've got, yeah, we've got the candle colors back on that.
Can I just ask a very quick question while you're there?
Yes.
The way the bottom of your chart just jumped up, why does it started doing that all the time?
It does that only with this app, the MACD, for some reason. I don't know when you turn it off.
Mine started doing it all the time. If I go away from the screen and come back, it jumps up. That was my other question. I just wondered if anyone knew why.
All I can say is, how come you're so special, Helen, that it does that? And like it's just fortunate. No, it's not. Okay, so gosh, this is going to.
Helen's gone from very polite now to so special. Gosh,
Yeah,
it's just look forward to tomorrow. Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, Alistair.
So if I get this right, yesterday, Tom was saying enter on the bottom of the Heikin-Ashi and stop loss, whatever, top of the wick of the previous candle. And you said the bottom of the Heikin-Ashi, that's the same as the price on the normal candle. But when I'm looking at my normal candles, placing a mark on the bottom of the Heikin-Ashi, on normal candles, it comes at 50% on the normal candle. So I know Tom's saying to stay on Heikin-Ashis, he doesn't flip to normal candles, but I was just querying when you said it's the same as price on the normal candle, but on my chart it's not, it's the middle. Does that make sense?
Yes, it is. Let's we'll go back to that.
And it doesn't really matter who it does, but I'm just curious to know why you said it was the same, but I'm getting different. So
I don't. Okay. Potentially, that's what I said. Let's look at this then as a. You've got this as a flat bottom candle here. Where will I do? Why Why have I got that and not got any? Oh, that's why. Okay. Hang on just 1 second. Because this is going to be for me confusing unless I do this. That's why. Okay. There we go. So we have a flat top candle there, but it turned. This is where you're not going to win every trade, and that's why I didn't win this. Win this trade. All right. So I'm just now going to put this over here on that candle. See that candle, the green one there? Let me make this a bit bigger. And I apologize if someone's putting something in the chat. I can see there's a question, but I don't know at the moment what's going on. So we need to also, I'll put another line here. This is one of the things. Tom doesn't change it, and that's all fine. Right? You have a flat bottom there. And so that's okay from that candle time to that's where it is at price on a Heikin-Ashi, right? So you go green, 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 green. Thank you very much. It should be into a buy on this, right? Or you could be. So not should be, that's the wrong way to say it. You could choose to get in on this candle. If I now, and this is where it may, LC, you may, from a perspective of where am I going to get in, that's where the Heikin-Ashi is at the bottom, all right? And if I move that line, can you see there is no wick down there to that point? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're correct. I may have, if I did say, and we probably did, would have misled you that price was there at the Heikin-Ashi, but it's not. This is where price actually is. I'll put another line just there. That's where price is. When the new candle begins, that's where you're sort of going to need to get into the entry of it. I'm going to go back to the Heikin-Ashis. And I'll put those lines. That's where you're going to get in on it. It's because of the averaging. And you would be in positive now for it.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Is that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, how Tom does it is that he's placing his. No, I don't want to preempt. Sorry, Tom. You go for where how you would do this. So I don't want to preempt anything.
Oh, how I would trade this?
Yeah.
Okay. From red
entry?
to green.
Yeah, red to green. Yeah.
So there's my entry is the green candle at the bottom of the candle, or I
Yeah,
should
but you
say at
don't.
the top of the candle.
But you don't know where that's green until it's completed, though.
That's not necessarily true.
I understand that, but this is where people are going to ask.
Oh, okay.
Like, why, how can you do that if it's not completed? You can't be guaranteed that's going to be a buy candle. But I understand this has gone from red to green, green. That's got a green outline. It has been up. You've got a green there. And on this candle, you have green, 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 and this is actually red. So this
with
candle
a green
here, correct.
So for me, I would look at this and go, look, that red candle with the green wick broke structure.
Yeah.
So I would put my entry at the green candle.
Yeah, when it starts.
When it starts. Could you just put a box in there for me? I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, I will.
Thank
A
you,
box or a placeholder.
Placeholder.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So entry is there. Stop loss is down at the bottom of the wick at the previous candle there.
Right, and that entry is at the bottom of that big green candle.
This is the first big green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So move your
So
entry up.
Oh, slightly.
Yeah. All the way to
I've
the
got-
bottom, all the way to the top of that green candle.
Oh, to the top of the green candle, that one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't know where that is. If you're going to get in, what's the actual timing for your entry, Tom?
For
Like
me,
when is it in the creation of that candle that you choose where that top is?
you have a 3-hour window.
Correct.
So as this is forming, you have 3
Correct.
hours to look at this candle.
Yep.
So you know it's going to come halfway back up on the green candle for the next green candle. So what I do is I look at the last 30 minutes, of trading on that candle.
Yep.
It's already going to be green. It
Yep.
doesn't have to form to be green. It just turns green the minute it changes that line.
Yep.
You got green line. You're working on a green candle. I'm
Yep.
going to the bottom of as close as I think I can possibly get it in that last few minutes. And I put my trade on wherever I think the bottom of that or the top of that green candle is going to stop.
Yeah.
Somewhere along that wick. And I'm already got my stop loss set on the red candle. So you
Yeah,
can slide,
gotcha.
you can slide that entry up and down a little bit, depending on where the green candle actually ends up forming. But I don't,
Yep.
but I
But
don't
so-
wait. I do not wait till I get the new candle changeover. I get in while that green candle is still forming.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason being is when you get in on that green candle still forming,
Mhm.
the next candle is going to catapult it further.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't start as a little line and go green. It goes bam, green candle.
Yeah. On a high Kanashi, it does. Absolutely.
On a high Kanashi, correct.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
in
yeah.
early. So if
Yeah.
this candle, this green candle that formed after it,
Yeah.
has a wick
Yeah.
and doesn't break the wick of the candle that I entered in,
You mean a wick below?
a wick below. So on that
Yeah.
green candle, the last one that just formed, if
Yeah.
there's a wick on top and it's
Lovely.
touching that 18,
Yeah.
and it doesn't break the green candle next to it,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this going, this could possibly come back.
Yeah.
We're now wicking at both ends and it failed to break the new high.
Yeah. And for Anne's benefit, Anne's there, that candle that on Heikenashis, the candle that Tom is talking about entering on has not fully closed above the 18 where the next candle does, just for Anne's benefit. So you can choose to wait to the next candle if it's above that 18, or it doesn't really matter from that perspective. Now, if we change, so probably the questions of people is, how does this translate to actual price on standard candles? So I've put that line there and you can see where that candle is, I think. So if we go to standard candles, because how does that translate across? Hang on, wait. And there it is, actually in that candle. Does that make sense? So that line is still the same price of where that candle is. And on standard candles, Japanese candles, it actually turned one candle earlier, but it had a wick at the bottom. Don't worry, because it's very different from Heikenashii to standard, so I don't want to confuse things. Do people make sense of that? Yeah, you're right with that, Glenn. Helen,
Yeah,
is that Byron, Alistair? You?
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to, because you can't enter if it's not let's go back to Heikenashi's, and you just remember that. Ooh, oh gosh, yeah. So you cannot see that was a green candle, as Tom said, because that's actually got a green wick on it. You can see the outline is green, but you might not notice. I mean, that is. So they were all sort of starting to push back up. So you say, for example, while this candle's created, say, for example, you wanted to enter there, right? You basically couldn't, because that would be entry prices actually up here. So if you did a market execution for getting the trade, you would be getting this price up here, not the price that's on the Heikenashi's. Does that sort of take away some of the confusion because this was my challenge for a couple of days. It's like, well, hang on a minute, I'm not taking the trade. The trade will actually have to be taken on price of where it is, not based on not on a Heikenashi's price, if that makes sense. So to be very honest about what I did yesterday, primarily is I actually looked at this on Heikenashi's, and then I actually flipped to standard candles to work out whether I would enter and what the price was at that point. Tom, that maybe that. Yep.
Sorry, that's one. You've got red and green wicks.
Yeah.
And I thought the chart settings got changed, and I've got a white chart rather than the black chart.
Yeah,
you changed it all to white.
Yeah. Well, I've changed mine. You didn't. I don't know if you noticed before, but I changed them all back to default so that I can actually see whether they're.
Yeah,
okay,
all right.
I'll show you.
That's okay. No, that's fine. I know what you've done. If you've done it, I know what you've done. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. And Tom, mate, it's just, that's me. If you want to keep them wide or whatever, I just want to see the change in the errors, because these are all red with red wicks and red outline and red body, and then they turn green with green. You know, this is saying there's potentially direction change. So does that clarify, Helen, for you at entry, and Tom's explanation of when? So he's sitting at the chart waiting in the last 30 minutes of that candle to actually make a decision of entry or not based on that pair. No? Now,
yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Good. So, where are you? Oh, good. That's 1 a.m. Yep. For us, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, that's right, Glenn. We're not going to be doing that. We're crazy enough to get up at 5 o'clock to do this sort of thing at 5:30. We're not going to be up at 1. So you're right, because that's basically that's so this change here and where it moved was basically at New York Open, right? So for you and I, Tokyo and London Open are sort of more the movement positions for us to see. And we are unfortunately going to be caught in some of these pushes that we're not awake for. That's why I sort of, when I got up this morning and reevaluated the ones I was in and went, nah, this is not going to work. Out of it, you know, it basically changed, all right? Yes, good questions. Have we started to clarify? So the way Tom is trading it, he's still taking a trade on the Heikenashi's candles and knowing where price on a standard, or where actual price will be. Yeah. Am I right, Tom?
Yeah. Because ultimately you could see that price line no matter what. It's flowing.
Yeah, I know.
So
but you don't change to
no
standard candles. Okay.
No
worries. No, that's all right.
No.
Because where price is, see this 1.69768. If we go to standard candles, This is 1.69915. The price is actually at a totally different position.
Right. And not only that, but if you look at this, just the way it sits right now,
Yeah,
if you look at that candle, you see the engulfing candle, and then you
Yeah.
see that little indecision candle,
yeah,
and then it actually pushed back down past the little indecision candle, which
yeah,
would
yeah, yeah,
scare the crap out of me, thinking, oh, it's going to turn around and come back,
yeah.
because you don't know.
You don't know.
Whereas
That's
the
right.
Heikin-Ashi candles give me a clear indication it's going
Yeah.
up. There's no question whether it's up or down.
And there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with looking at the Heikin-Ashis to get clarification or to get analysis and that. And there is nothing wrong with changing to standard candles to be able to make an entry and then back to Heikin-Ashis as such.
However
for
you guys want to do it.
continuation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, are there more clarifications on this as far as what following rules? Because we need to follow rules.
I don't, but when you guys are all done, I want to introduce something else to you guys.
Of course. Is there another pair or anything else you want to?
Does everybody understand this concept?
Yeah, it's not difficult to understand.
Okay.
It's becoming clearer all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to show you guys the new thing?
Go for it.
Alistair's shaking his head no. So
That wasn't a no shake of the head.
um,
That's a no shake of the head.
so I was playing around with this last night, and I'm looking at all these, smart money guy traders, and they're using these straight lines and fibs and order blocks and all this other stuff. And I started to think about this, and I said, everybody trades the exact same way. I mean, they all do. They're like little robots. And they win and they lose, and they win and they lose. And I thought to myself, why are my trades not hitting my trend lines and not hitting my, this and that? So I went back and I deleted everything and I started again. And here's what I remembered reading in a book about trading Forex. And the guy said, no matter what you think, it's never left to right. It's always up and down because they come in waves.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, actually, that's kind of brilliant. So what I did was I shrunk this down on the daily. You can shrink it down a lot more. USD CHF. Let me get on the same page as you guys. Which is why I went back and killed all my deals, because I'm looking at it wrong. Okay. So follow this for just a moment. Could you go out to the left where it has that little wick all the way down, pointing left? Shrink it down even further.
Mine may, it may not go that far. No, I can't on that. I'll have to go to weekly.
Go to the weekly, it's fine.
This might take a while to. That one here.
Yeah.
There's two of them. Yeah.
There's two of them. So I got to thinking, shrink it down even more. Just shrink it down. I want to see that whole thing, all the information
Oh,
on
you
the
want
page.
more? You want more out
Yes.
here?
I just want I want the entire information that you can put on there.
Yeah, well, that's as much as I can go, which is 2,000, somewhere there.
Perfect. Okay, bring that down to the center just a little bit so I can see that top. Okay,
There we go.
perfect. So now if you go down to the 1, 2, 3, 4th icon on the left-hand side to choose a tool.
That one in here.
It's above the T, yes. Go down where it says curve. Click on that. Now start from the top. And all you're going to do is click on it and then click all the way across straight to the other side of that. Just keep going all the way far to right, way hard far right, above it, above it, above it, above it, way above it, way above it, just way above it. I'm going to show you how to work this thing. Way above it. Keep going up. Keep going up. You know it's going to come back and meet where you started, right? So draw a line across there, a straight line with this roundy curve. Right about there, okay? Now, if you take the center of it, just click off it.
I will, but I'm just getting it in line with that. Yes, there we go.
Now take the center.
Oh, which is?
You got to click on it, show the dot.
Yeah, got it.
And then drag it down to the middle. Watch how this fills in. All the way, no, too far, way too far, way too far. You want it, you're doing just the tops.
All right, okay.
Just the tops. And you can drag that circle over left or right and it'll shorten or lengthen it. There you go. Okay, and then you take a second one.
Have I done good?
And you do the exact same thing from where you started all the way underneath these and back up. Nope, right where you started, at the top. They got to be at the same point. You can literally drag it across to where you're going to meet the other one and then pull it down in the center. Go ahead and push it all the way up. Push it all the way up, all the way up.
Oh, sorry.
Just push it all the way up. Okay,
computer's
now drag
just
the
a
center
little
down.
bit, yeah, the computer's just a bit too slow, unfortunately.
There's your curve. Now, because it broke, now we're looking at a downtrend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if you take another one of those and start from the bottom of that long wick at the red at the bottom and do it again, you can now see it curving over the other direction.
Hang on, tell me where. Sorry, from this red wick?
The red wick, all the way down. Just drag it across straight.
Hang on, I've got to put it here. Yeah.
Okay, now fix that red wick one.
I will in a minute. I just, hang on. And just because I was sitting on the bottom there, I couldn't do it. You want it down to there, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And then push that one up in the middle as well to make it curve the other way. Capturing all those, all the way to the left, capturing up to your left.
Oh, you
all
want
those two. Yep, all those two. Okay, now if you go back and you see the big bottom round curved one,
Yeah.
Now take that big bottom round curved one, and at the top, straighten that dog leg out at the very top, not that
Here,
one,
this.
not that one. Up, up, way up at the top, way up at the top.
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. Which one do you want?
The bottom one.
Do I have the bottom one? I don't know. Hang on.
You do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Now bring it
Where do you
around
want-
to your blue. Now bring that back down to your blue curve where you just made it down.
Yeah.
Yep. And now can you pull that up and include that drop in the bottom? So what you're doing is, in this wave, you're bouncing back and forth. That's why your trend lines aren't hitting. That's why your order blocks aren't hitting, or your point of interest aren't hitting, or whatever the case may be. It has to work all the way back up to profit, as we know. It's already broke structure here, failed at the bottom. So let me show you what I mean on mine. Let me change my camera real quick. Yep, okay.
We'll have to get Tom into that. Oh, yeah.
So now it's getting
Oh.
caught. It's getting trapped.
Oh, this one needs to come down here.
Because it has to follow the curve. Your top one has to be above the prices.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just let that take off to the right. So you know which direction it's going.
Ah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
as this creates, it's going to create a lower high, a higher low, a lower high, and it's going to work right back up that curve. So it's giving you at the top left, it's giving you your box, your indecision box. Let me see if I can do it with my mouse.
That's that sort of thing.
Yes. So up here at the top, you got your indecision box, right? Can you guys all see that? Okay. And then you get your distribution, your accumulation.
Accumulation, yeah.
And then you're going to get your push up for your accumulation or distribution,
Yeah.
or however they call it. And you can do that. I did that on literally every one of these. And look at the difference in the trading. They're curving up. Go to another pair. They're curving up. Go to another pair. This one's curving down. This one actually has two. I'm in this one, so
Yeah, but
go to another pair.
Are these on the daily or on the weekly, Tom?
I put everything on the weekly only so I can see it clearly, and then on the 3 hour, I go in and I fix them. I get I get nice and tight and clean.
So you can go back to
then like this one, that's this right here. Look at that. So from this high, because we know it's going to come back, to that high, and then adjust it.
Yeah.
And look at that. It's curving right down, right into our zone. Boop. Just open it up. And then take a second one. Do it again. We know it's going to come back up here somewhere. Has to profit out. Okay.
Yeah.
You can adjust this one over here like this here. And let it just work. It's going to work up and down.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's always waving. That's right.
It's always waving.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you see these red lines here, like you've got on there, and you're like,
Mhm.
oh, look, it broke structure, and you're looking for it to come down. If you look at a bigger picture, where it turns down here is it's hitting the outside of that ring.
Mhm.
That's your push off. That's where I'm looking for it to push up the channel to go back up.
Yeah.
So can you go out to a weekly on this one and take a look? Or did you do that one already?
No, we've done this one. Yeah, yeah. This is the one we were looking at, US Swiss. So if I go back out to the weekly, you can, this is the where I mean, I'll have to play with this and fine tune it a bit more, but oh, there.
But that's why it's bouncing where it's bouncing. That's why
Mhm.
it's stopping where it's stopping,
Yeah,
because it's following a pattern. It's a curve pattern.
yeah. Curve. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You trade in waves. So
Mhm.
once this wave gets broken, and let's say it
Yeah.
breaks out the side,
Mhm.
wait, just wait. It's going to form a pattern, or it's going to go up and down, and then it's going to push in a direction.
Mhm.
Regular lines on the chart only work 50% of the time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
no,
statistical fact.
yeah.
That's why they tell traders don't put lines in your chart, because they only work 50% of the time.
That's why you gotta,
When you see regular lines, what do you mean by regular lines? Sorry.
Trend lines,
Oh,
that
yes,
kind of stuff.
Standard tools, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So things happen in waves. And what you got to do is, if you could shrink this down now, start looking at this in waves. So what I did this morning was I went and back and I looked at all my trades on a higher time frame, on the weekly time frame. And I said, oh, look, I'm actually going in the wrong direction,
correction. Yeah, yeah.
because what it's trying to do is wave. And I'm looking at this without these markings going, oh yeah, it's coming down. It's going to come down forever. It can't possibly go
No.
back up.
No.
And it's like, well, wait a second. You're still in a teardrop of a
Yeah.
wave. So when
Yeah.
this works down and hits that line, I'm looking for it to bounce back up and stay in that channel and work its
Mhm.
way back up, because it
Up,
gives
yeah.
you your box, your distribution. It's going to accumulate down here at the bottom and then
Mhm.
push back up for distribution.
Yeah.
And even if you go, I'm in, let's see, Euro USD, even on that one, it's working its way down, but I'm looking at it to just stop someplace. It's going to hit that. It's going to hit that bottom point at some point. It's going to turn and work its way back up. So technically, I have this as a sell. But really,
Yeah.
I should be looking at this for a buy.
Yeah, yeah.
We're faking ourselves out by not following the natural curve of the trade
At a higher time frame.
at a higher time frame. So when I'm looking at this now, going, well, this is inside my curve gap. It's heading to the top of the curve where it's going to touch. I'm looking for a reversal anyways. Now when it reverses, now it has to stay within that curve to proceed back down further. If it breaks, it tells me that curve is over.
Yeah.
No, it's got to go the other way. Well, actually, you're right. On this one, it can, because you want to do them both, so tops and the bottoms. And right now, where it sits right now, yeah, no, that goes up. It covers the peaks. So just pull that off to the right somewhere, like it's going to go that direction.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to play with this a bit, Tom's, because
Absolutely. I'm just trying to show you one scenario where what I'm looking at. So if you do the exact same thing with another one,
yeah,
same, you got to start the same place where it takes off.
yeah. No, I need to come back up here.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to work out what to do. I'm a bit.
I know it took me a long time to figure this one out. Yeah, you want to see where it takes off. You want to cover those spikes at the bottom.
Yeah, but I don't know how I'm gonna. You see, you can't do that.
You can't. You just have to pull the whole thing down and backwards just a little bit. There you go. And then pull the top where you had the top up here. Pull it over and cover this bottom one.
This one.
I think it's that one, yes. And then just straighten it out. Look at that.
Yeah.
See what I mean? There's your channel. You just created your own channel. So when it comes down, and you don't have to get all those in the middle, you want the top, you want the one where it took off, and the most recent bottom one down there. That's it. There's your channel. So as it bounces around through here, it's going to have to come back up to top it.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is following your channel. So if it bounces back up and hits that inner blue channel, it's likely it's going to bounce off again and head back down.
Yeah, but not break the low and keep continuing up. So this is something that people might need a bit, not advanced.
Yeah, this is a little bit advanced.
I'm going to need to play with this one too. Are there any clarification? Thank you, Tom. Are there any clarifications with the current taking a trade on the 3-hour time frame?
So leave that there and just go to the 3-hour now.
Yeah, well,
you just see the difference in trading setups is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm so slow today. Answer to your question, Glenn. Yes, Asian. So end of New York, Asian, and into London session for us, mate. We can have a bit more of a closer conversation about that if you so choose. Where is it? They're not showing up. Must be in a lot closer even. There we go. One there, one up there. So you can put it on here as well. There's a curve and a curve as well.
Yeah, so I have it as it's curving down at the moment.
Yeah, but no, it's on the way up.
But it's actually on the way up.
Yeah, correct. I mean, this is basic principle of looking at higher time frame coming back down. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's just another way of viewing it with a flow rather than a straight line as such.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so
things I learned from since last night.
but that doesn't really change. Yeah, integrated. At the moment, though, we still that's good as an understanding. There is still an opportunity for a sell in here, and yes, it's going to pull back. It's come to the 200, so this is, you either got imbalance down here as well. That's, this is on the 3 hour. Importantly, will this continue? Well, it's at the 2 hours, so it'll either bounce or it'll break it to come back down to take out some of this imbalance. Currently, where it's at is it's nearly matching up that high from over here, right? So just, if you're in this, look for a potential change of direction, potential, or a continuation. You need to make a decision in relation to that. But
Well, if you take your 3 hour and you
Yeah.
shrink it down, just shrinky.
You want it shrunk. Okay, yeah.
And you go from where this took off, which is way back where? Way back.
Yeah. On the 3 hours.
A little further down left, I believe. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. There it
Yeah,
is.
there you go. Okay, so where it started, you do that again with your two curves, and you'll see that it's inside the curve for a further push down. I'm just waiting for it to break out of this.
Yeah. And then continue up.
Take care, whoever said that.
Oh, okay. So there's still the basic rules of this, which is you're going to, at the 3 hour, to make a decision on a trade, you're looking at, the red ribbon, like for example, for sell, red ribbon, red 18, red candles. And then there's, if it changes, if you get a green ribbon or 18 or candle, then you're getting out of that trade. So let's just go down to the basics here. So you'd be out of the trade there, in particular, because you have a green. This is on standard candles. Whoops, sorry. Maybe on the Heiken-Ashis, it's not green. Wait for it. Oh no, it is green. No, you'd definitely be out of that. Be in the trade up here somewhere. Probably out. That'd be in here.
Yeah, see the green candle at the top with the long wick?
Yeah.
The red wick?
Yeah.
Right before the big red candle, that's your entry.
Yeah, okay.
Does that red candle have a wick on the top? That one?
Hang on, I'll find out. From Heiken-Ashi, no, it doesn't.
Okay, so the rule
Doesn't
is,
look like it has.
if it's a green to red, you can take that candle from the top of the green body.
Yeah.
And look at that. It never comes back.
Never came back. No, that's right.
That green candle popped up there before the big turn down.
Yeah.
The red candle next to it's a wick.
But the point is, I could always be, when I wake up at 4 or 5. See, that's at 1 o'clock in the morning for me and Glenn or whoever else here. So that wouldn't be particularly a candle I could take there, or wait even over here somewhere for another opportunity. I mean, that again is another New York, but it could be here, or even, it just depends. Once you see that, I mean, it's just how you strategize it here. You might have a larger stop loss on it though, when you're entering after the event. You got to think of where need to think of where people are in the world and the different opportunities. But of course, it's something that I need to consider myself. So, Alistair,
Do you want to hear someone else? I'll stick.
well,
I'll put some. This is the opposite end of the spectrum. I'll put some charts up tomorrow if I get it. I should get a chance. But on this 2 a.m. line, and I've always said that 7 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock changeover Tokyo, 1:30 news, and 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Something happens at 3 o'clock, and this happened a few times today, where on the 1 minute the price will twig into the 200, and it's dramatic. So I'm looking at it. It's just an aside. I think what we're doing just now is far better, but it's just as a point of time of day. I'm looking at it and just see what
Time of day
develops.
trade's brilliant.
But I'll put some charts up for what the 1 o'clock's done. Or you look, the price is done at 3 o'clock on the 1 minute on the 200.
okay.
It only came up really
good.
because of using the indicators that Tom's given us, because and I've just dropped the time down. It's pinged into it.
Okay.
So I'll just, it's for interest's sake, nothing else. Not say much more about it, but
Yeah, Glenn's saying silver bullet time is 3 o'clock as well. Yeah, and
yeah.
it's 3 o'clock for a reason. It's great for a lot of things. Indices almost always just reverse at 3 o'clock. So why wouldn't you pay attention to them?
3 o'clock in your afternoon, UK, is it?
3
Sorry,
PM.
yeah, sorry,
3
Brian.
PM,
Yeah,
yeah,
3 p.m.
Yeah.
UK time.
It's like
Yeah.
proper time.
1500, yeah. Okay.
If you're looking at other stuff, and I'll let you see what I'm talking
But
about.
that also is New York Open though, isn't it, for you? Or is it
No.
after New York Open?
No, it's after New York Open. You get futures
Okay.
at hour 1:30. Then you get New York Open at 2:30, and then
Okay.
you get 3
3
p.m. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, just an aside.
So does anybody have any other questions? USD is that's the one to watch.
I'll definitely look at those curves. That looks interesting, fascinating.
Just it takes a minute to play with it and learn about what I'm talking about. I went back on every pair today and did it on the 3 hour and the daily, and just practiced curving all of them. And by the time I was done, I was so shocked how many lined up. It was ridiculous.
Are you using that middle dot of the curve to bring it down to your sort of apex point, and then is that how you? I didn't quite.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just drawing 2 lines straight across with that curve, and then I use the center curve to just adjust it accordingly to the rest of the rest of them.
You're taking that point down to the the lowest point of the price that you're turning it on. Is that right? I'll watch the review again. What Brian did.
Yeah, you're looking for one that covers all the tops of the candles.
Yeah,
and one that covers the curves of the bottom.
The bottoms, yeah. Okay.
You're basically building a channel
as much as you can, yeah.
And then it got me thinking, do you remember that thing we used to have, Brian? Where it would the Nirandu or whatever that thing was called?
Yeah.
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I just deleted it.
Neural network.
No,
not the neural network. It's Niranda.
Yeah, hang on. I had it on here. I'm pretty sure which one. Yeah, okay, hang on a second. We will. Oh, I'm gonna move that a bit.
Is it that envelope one?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one I'm looking for.
Hang on.
Nadaraya, what's an envelope? Lux Algo, isn't it?
Hang on, I'll find it. if I
I was just
can.
thinking because I don't have it anymore and I couldn't remember the name of it. But I was thinking, isn't that what these did?
I think it's called NAD.
It's right there.
That's it.
Nadaraya Watson envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a certain extent, that is what it did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Look
yeah.
at that. Call me
Yeah.
crazy.
We can affectionately call you crazy, Tom.
I take it as a badge of honor. Look at that. Now I wonder if we can adjust those to
Yeah,
turn green and red when they change green and red on. All right, hold on. Let me find that. I'm gonna have to play with this for a while.
So how is that different to Bollinger Bands?
It's not really, but it is in. So the way that it works is it works on sentiment to a certain extent.
Can you show what the name is again, please?
Yeah, sure. NAD NADARAYA NADARAYA hyphen Watson envelope. And if you haven't, try and get into the habit of starring your favorites.
I did, but I went in and I deleted so much of this stuff.
Yeah, I just keep the stars on them so I can go back and find them.
All right.
Yeah,
Did you just
got it
start
now?
all, Brian?
Sorry?
Did you press star all?
No, I just hit favorites and they're all my favorites.
Okay.
No, I didn't star everything. Let's see what's in the. I don't think it's bandwidth stuff, color style you got there. Upper, lower. Oh, you can do a cross under crossover if you want. Okay. Okay.
It's okay. I'll have a read of it. I'll go in and read up on it.
Well, it just it depends.
Yeah.
So it's an 8-3 close. It's on the close of candles. It just
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can adjust the inputs and stuff.
yeah.
So let's see. It's too bad it doesn't. I know now I'm going to go crazy with this for the next 14 hours. Good Lord.
We'll let you do that. All right, then I'm going to go through. I've got to go through all my pairs again this morning. Yes, I've filled out my. I've got my prop firm account. I'm just going to fill out all my ID stuff at the moment. I won't let you trade it. I won't let you trade it until it's until you've got all of your details in, which is all cool.
That's interesting. You can do one. The only time they ask for it in the UK is when you've passed it and you're wanting to trade it, live.
No, that's what I'm doing. And
oh, right, you've passed it.
No. This is This is actually straight into it. So.
Oh, okay. So you're not doing a challenge. You've just bought one to go straight into. Go on, then.
Correct.
What are you doing?
Correct. That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
And so that's the MT4 that I showed me at the start.
Yeah.
So I've just put the trades on. So I've got to tighten, work those.
Yeah.
Like any trading, as soon as you put a trade on, you're going to be in drawdown, because of spread. That's just the way this works. And then as the trade continues, you're either going to go further into drawdown until it comes back around into positive territory, or you just got to wait because there's 3-hour candles. You know, you just need to sort of give it time to come back around to be positive. That's all. And if you can do,
it's a bit of an aside to what you're doing at the moment. But what I did today was I had a couple of hours, and GA, I think, I can't remember which way around it was, and it really doesn't matter. But for instance, say everything was green on the 3 hours and flat bottoms, etc. And then I flicked onto the 1 hour scans and discovered that there was a 1 hour scan that just appeared for the opposite direction. And I thought, good stuff. So I had a very nice hour of playing and making a little bit of money going that way. And then once the 1 hour scan had sorted itself, I went back to the 3 hour scan, had a much better entry, put myself a place on. So it was like, oh, happy days. Double bubble.
Yeah, so just remember, if you're for a sell trade, you're looking at that reds, and if you're looking at buys, you're looking at greens. You know, just keep playing with this, and if it changes, you need to be able to either you have alerts, or you got to come back every, through your day, a number of times through the day, and just check if it's changed color on that Hayakawa Nashi, and then you go back and look if you want on the Japanese candles. But you can get yourself out of the trade, whether you're conserving capital or whether it's a profit take. One or the other. All right.
Okay then. I shall see you all later.
Now I'm not sure. It just depends. I'm not sure whether I can make tomorrow morning. I've got to get out of here early and get back home. I've got an appointment. And we've got to get out of here, and we've got to have oh gosh, Matt, we're just about to leave. I've got an hour train trip, and then all that sort of stuff. So I'll just see. I'll message in the morning, or my morning, or tomorrow, to see whether I can go ahead with the session or not. That's all. So just giving you a heads up.
Well, there's huge news tomorrow, isn't there?
Well,
sort of big UK 6 p.m. So that's US 1 p.m, isn't it? So yeah, huge news. So you know what? Hey.
Yeah, I think there's also here we have. I think it's today, Glenn. We've got CPI news, which is inflation figures, and then I think it's.
Yeah, it's inflation figures tomorrow in the US as well. So
yeah, but later tonight for us is also the US is also doing possible rate hike or not as well. With the UK and Europe. So we'll just, as you said, there'll be a bit of volatility around. All right then.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
See you, Anne. You okay, Alistair?
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Good. Helen, everything okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go stretch around. Sorry, Matt. You have to watch the recording. We're just about to leave for this session. Okay. Ciao.